faces are your oyster.
Ew. I don't know why.
Yeah, why does that sound awful? It's meaningless.
Yeah,
It sounds disgusting.
You can attack whoever you want.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. You've made it through the cursed swamp and o'er the barrow dale and in to the Elder Dragon Social Club, where this episode, it's a Wheel of Precons. But first, I want to remind you all that the Elder Dragon Social Club is brought to you by our friends at Card Kingdom. Please check out cardkingdom.com/EDSC to buy yourself the precons you see here, or more likely, some singles from those precons for some decks that you might be brewing. Also, we are brought to you by Dragon Shield. Use the code LRRMTG5 to get yourself 5% off purchases from their store. And from our store, you don't get the discount, but you can buy sleeves from Dragon Shield with our EDSC and other designs on them. And of course, this show and everything that we do is brought to you by you, be it at our Patreon, at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun, or by becoming a member on this YouTube channel. And we hugely appreciate it. Thank you. Now, Nelson.
Hello, Graham.
Hello. Join me at Wheel.
I would like to spin wheel now.
Please do.
Hooray!
Such a
What
good noise.
is it?
It's Primal Genesis with Gured Conclave Exile.
I don't know what that means, but I can't wait.
Don't worry, I don't know what it means either. Thanks, Nelson. Let's bring in our next spinner, Kathleen.
Oh boy! I am very excited to play a card I am not familiar with whatsoever.
Oh, yeah. How about Elven Empire with Lathril, Blade of the Elves?
Well, that actually sounds quite good. Delightful.
Great. Now, let's get our third spinner in here. It's Jacob.
Woo, good luck.
It's Jacob!
Jacob, please enjoy Wheel.
It's a pleasure to meet you.
Grand Larceny
Fantastic.
with Gaunty, Canny Acquisitor.
I'm feeling gaunty today.
Good.
All right. Yeah.
Wait, don't go. Let's
Yeah,
just
yeah.
trade places. I have to spin.
Oh, yeah, no problem. All right.
Great. Can you hold that?
Yep.
Perfect. It tips a bit. All right, here we go. Oh, Fey Dominion with Tegwell, Duke of Splendor.
That sounds rad.
All right. We got fairies, we got elves, we got
Exiles?
exiles. Yeah. Terrific. All right, let's sleeve up and get down to the game.
Let's do it.
And we've done just that. We're here at the table now. Let's get to know our commanders better, because some of them I'm unfamiliar. Jacob, who you got?
I have Gaunty, Canny, Acquisitor. Acquisitor.
Yeah.
For acquisitions. Legendary creature, Aetherborn Rogue for 2 colorless, 1 black, 1 green, 1 blue, 5/5. Spells you cast but don't own cost 1 less to cast. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, look at the top card of that player's library, then exile it face down. You may play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. What's yours is mine, what's mine is mine.
What I love about the way that card's printed is that you see that there's a second ability that's a paragraph.
Yeah.
Right? But the first ability is just spells you don't own are cheaper. And you're like, oh, that second paragraph is going to be weird.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
Yep.
Mine's a lot more straightforward. I've got Tegwell, Duke of Splendor, a 2/3 fairy noble with flying and death touch. Other fairies get +1/+1, and whenever another fairy I control dies, draw a card and lose 1 life. It's possible that Alayla is the stronger fairy in the thing, but I don't think we've seen Tegwell on the show before. Maybe we have. Get into the wiki. So I figured I'd, give Tegwell his paces.
I'm playing Gured, Conclave Exile, from one of the, I believe, Commander 2019 Dex Primal Genesis, best known for Atla Palani. And there's a third commander that's some kind of cat, I think named Marisi. I'm not sure if we've seen on the show yet, but I wanted to play Girid. So for 2 and a Naya, that's red, green, white, you get a 2/5 legendary human shaman with, when this enters, create a 4/4 green rhino creature token with trample. And whenever Girid attacks, populate. The token enters tapped and attacking, as all tokens should.
Populate is you choose a token you control and you just make another one.
Yeah.
So
So if he doesn't control any tokens, that's not a problem.
Yeah,
don't worry about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about it. What's the cost on that commander again?
5 mana.
Cool. So
Yeah.
turn 5. We got till turn 5.
I mean, yours is 5.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't populate tokens. It's not
Yeah,
right.
but
It's
you just take the cards off his deck and then you make your own token.
I'm gonna do my best, but
you
I'm
go.
bracing for Rhino hell.
First, you need to steal a card of mine that makes a token. Then you need to steal my cards that populate. It's very simple.
How many of your creatures have trample?
We're going to find out together, but at least the token that comes with my commander.
It's so annoying because I'm playing Lathril, Blade of the Elves, and nothing chumps like an elf deck. She is a 2/3 for 2 green, black, and she has Menace. And she says, whenever Lathril, Blade of the Elves, deals combat damage to a player, create that many 1/1 green elf warrior creature tokens. And then tap 10 untapped elves that you control. Each opponent loses 10 life and you gain 10 life. So obviously we're not going to do that because we're going to be chumping rhinos all day. But
Tap 10 elves.
I have to tap and her. So technically that's 11 elves. It's even worse.
That's a lot of elves.
That's so many elves.
Christ, look at all these goddamn elves.
Yeah.
Great. And you on the die roll?
I did.
Great, take it away.
All right. She goes back to the command zone for now. Draw a card because it's multiplayer. Oh, I was hoping that would be a land. That's okay.
It's turn 1.
Well, I kind of kept a sort of a short land hand because I was like, if I draw a third land, we're good. Go ahead.
All right. I will draw a card. And great. I will play Temple of Milady. I know it's Malady. Yeah, and I get to scry 1. But yes. Thank you.
Terrific.
Beautiful.
All right, I will draw. Oh, that's good. Okay. I also kept a land shorthand. I was only giving you grief.
Oh, me too.
I'm going to play an island. That's it for now. Go ahead.
Look at us all playing Magic the Gathering.
No turn 1 soul rings at this table.
Taking the correct choice to keep lots of spells. I have a Sungrass Prairie. Go ahead.
Oh, that doesn't even do anything on its own.
No. Well, no. It's like I haven't even played a land yet. Thanks, Graham.
Have I ever? I've repeatedly told everybody how much Ravnica is my favorite plane because Ravnica takes care of me. I'm gonna play a Golgari Guildgate, which enters the battlefield tapped, so I don't get to do anything, but it does tap for both my colors and its land.
Nice.
Go ahead.
All right. I will untap. I will draw. Oh, hey, look at that. What a surprise. I will play Opulent Palace, which is a land, enters play tapped, but plays for all my colors.
Nice.
Please go.
At the end of your turn, I'm going to consider. That's the sentence. I'm casting consider. I'm going to surveil 1. Oh. No, I have to put this in my graveyard. I'm putting Brazen Borrower in the graveyard and drawing a card. Because I did mention that I'm a little land light. And hopefully, when I draw my card for the turn, oh boy. Okay, well this is fun. I get to play Temple of the False God. It also is like I didn't play a land this turn.
Yeah.
It taps for 2 colorless, but only if I control 5 or more lands. See, if I'd had a land there, that would have been sweet. I don't have to discard, which is nice. Go ahead.
Something. Those who live in houses made of lands that don't do anything shouldn't cast stones, right?
Yeah.
So I have a land play, but it's going to cost me a bit. I can't float any mana, so I'll just play this Gruul Turf, return this Sungrass Prairie to my hand, and then pass to clean up and choose something to discard. I think I'm going to discard this Atla Palani. I already chose to not play them as the face card of the commander of the deck, so let's just not have an Atla Palani game. Go ahead, Kathleen.
Wow.
Wild. Even more land. Perfect. So I'm going to play this Swamp, and I'm going to pay 2 green and 1 for Jagged Scar Archers. They say their power and toughness are each equal to the number of elves you control, so that's a 1/1 right now. But I can tap them to deal damage equal to its power to target creature with flying.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Oh no.
Pachoo, pachoo, pachoo.
My fairies.
Big scattershot archers.
Yeah.
All right.
Go ahead.
Okay. All right, we'll untap. I'm going to play Yavimaya Coast, tap for a colorless or a green and a blue, but it deals 1 damage to me. I am going to tap for black, colorless, and cast Nashi Moon Sage's Scion. Ninjutsu for 3 colorless, 1 black. Whenever Nashi, Moon Sage's Scion, deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of each player's library. Until the end of turn, I can play one of those cards. If I cast a spell this way, I pay life equal to its mana value rather than paying its mana cost. Your turn.
And what's its power toughness?
Its power toughness is 3/2. Thank you.
Okay, I will draw. Well, I can't get a blocker down. So, right, Temple of the False God also still doesn't tap for mana. Cool.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'll play this swamp and I will play an Arcane Signet.
Hey.
And I look forward to receiving some beats from Nashi next turn. Go ahead, Nelly.
Okay, untapping. It's that Sungrass Prairie you're all familiar with. And a Cultivate.
Ooh.
So I will go and search my library for 2 basic lands. I'll put one of them into play tapped, and a different one into my hand.
Nice.
Back to you, Kathleen.
I think I'm going to play another land, and then what the best thing about Commander is that you always have technically 8 spells in hand. I'm going to play Lathril, Blade of the Elves. And she says, whenever Blade of the Elves deals combat damage to a player, create that many green 1/1 elf warrior creature tokens. Also, she's a good blocker for Nashi.
Very good.
They'll trade. All right.
You gonna hit someone for 2?
Yeah, I think I probably should. I think that's how this game is played.
Yeah.
We're open. I mean, I don't think Jacob's going to block with Nashi either.
Oh, I don't.
No, I'm definitely not.
No, I don't think
Okay.
he will.
The faces are your oyster.
Ew. I don't know why.
Yeah, why does that sound awful? It's meaningless.
Yeah,
It sounds disgusting.
You can attack whoever you want.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Nelson, I'm really sorry for that faces are your oyster comment. Go ahead, Jacob.
Thank you. Untap. So before I do anything, I'm going to enter my combat phase. Okay. So I'm going to attack Graham with Nashi for 3.
I take 3. What happens?
So essentially, everybody exiles the top card of their library, and I get to play one of those cards. If it is a spell, I have to pay my life instead of the mana cost.
Okay. I got a theoretical duplication. Whenever a non-token creature enters the battlefield under an opponent's control this turn, create a token that's a copy of that creature. So, probably not relevant.
I got Myriad Landscape. It comes in tapped, but then you can sacrifice to go find 2 lands out of your library.
And I have an Elderfang Ritualist. When it dies, you can return another target elf from your graveyard to your hand.
And you got a command tower.
Yeah, and I got a command tower. So I think Myriad Landscape is probably going to be the best benefit.
Yeah, if you want to spend 4 mana this turn, great. If you want to be able to ramp on a future turn, great.
I want to spend 4 mana this turn.
Then you want command tower.
Yeah, then I'll take command tower.
All right.
All right, so you can only play 1, right? So these just live in exile
They
now.
just live in exile now.
Goodbye.
Beautiful.
I didn't even know that card existed, and now I'm sad that I don't get to make a copy of your Rhino.
Maybe next time.
Prismatic Lens. Add 1 colorless, add 1 mana of every color. All right, then I'm going to tap for 1 colorless. I'm going to push it through the lens to add a, just cram it in there for a blue. And then I will tap my command tower for a green. I will play Doc Orlock, Grizzled Genius.
Bear Druid.
Who is an actual bear and a grizzled genius, and that's great. Spells you cast from your graveyard or from exile cost 2 less to cast. Plotting cards from your hand cost 2 less.
Oh, I see the vision. The combo. I love that. All right, cool.
Yes, excellent. I'm good.
All right.
I like that it's like the prismatic like Play-Doh toy that like, you know, you push the Play-Doh through the little grate or whatever, and it comes out like a tube in a star shape or something.
Yeah, like a tree shape or a... Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Little half moons.
I'm going to play a swamp. And let's get a creature on the board. I'm going to tap, not you, Temple of the False God, not so fast. I'm going to tap 4 mana for a Glenalendra Liege. It's a 2/3 flyer. Other blue creatures I control get +1/+1. Other black creatures I control get +1/+1. If they are so blessed to be both of those colors, they get both of those benefits. Isn't that fun? Go ahead, Nelson.
That's what that deck does.
It make little teeny fairy that are not a problem at all, and then it make them big.
Big problem.
Yeah.
I'd like to cast my commander.
What's up?
It's Geared, Conclave Exile. Geared, make 4/4 trample. That's a rhino, not a beast. I probably have the right one.
On the back, I think.
On the back.
I think I
There
just
we
saw
go. Smashing through that wall. Okay, so no haste, don't have boots or anything, but when Geared attacks, I get to populate.
Sweet.
Back to you, Kathleen.
That is spicy.
I've never seen that rhino token before, and that's the most Kool-Aid Man art I've seen on a Magic card so far.
Yeah, it turns out most large holes are rhino-shaped holes.
Yeah.
I am going to declare attacks because Lathril has Menace.
Oh yeah,
I'm going to attack Jacob for 2.
For 2?
Yes,
with Menace.
with Menace.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Jacob takes 2. So that many?
Yes, that will be 2.
Boy, those archers are big now. Oh wait, hell.
Yeah, Elf Warriors, yes.
I shouldn't have played a creature with flying into the...
Well, I mean, that's your whole board, though. Like, that's your whole vibe. I mean, I wouldn't worry about it too
it's
much.
my whole
Yeah,
vibe.
you just came to play a bunch of stuff that Kathleen murders. That's
Yeah.
the vibe of this game, right?
It'll be fine.
I think I just want to make sure that things are going to be okay for me. I'm going to play Prowess of the Fair, which is a Kindred Elf enchantment. It says whenever a non-token elf, another non-token elf, is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, you may create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token. So, very fairly, if my chump blockers die, then I don't get to turn them into an elf. But if we kill a real elf, then they turn into a little chump blocker.
What's wild to me is that Prowess of the Fair, it doesn't say you control. It's not relevant here, but like if any elf dies,
Yeah.
you get a 1/1.
Well, non-token elves that go to Kathleen's graveyard.
Oh, they go to your graveyard?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're
So
right.
Oh, okay.
So
okay,
we'll just
good.
we'll
If you steal something of Kathleen's and it goes to her graveyard, which could happen this game, then Prowess of the Fair triggers.
Interesting.
I'm going to play one more elf.
Shocking.
Not in this deck, actually, because it's green-black. Lysilena Scarblade. It's a little 1/1.
We have Disfigure.
Yeah, we can discard an elf card. Target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of elves that you control.
Oh, wow. But you have to discard an elf
I have to
do
discard an elf.
that. Okay. So your Jagged Scar archers are now a 6/6, counting the enchantment?
Yes.
Neat.
Elves! That's what the deck does.
Yup. And it's doing it.
I'm done.
All right.
Okay.
You want a hand on tapping while you
Yeah.
processing what just happened?
I'm okay. I am no longer afraid of rhinos.
Great.
I have been cured of that fear. I am now deathly afraid of elves.
Well, there's only the one rhino for now. You may change your mind on Nelson's
you know what?
If I was Nelson, I would be trying to probably attack me.
Yeah, I might. Being afraid of elves is like a good way to go into playing Magic the Gathering.
Yeah, it's like a
it's-
pretty standard experience.
The game is guilty of like, watch out, there's elves.
All right, so here's what Jacob's gonna do.
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to tap Temple of Malady for a green, Opulent Palace for a green, Yavimaya Coast for a colorless, and I'm going to play Cold-Eyed Selkie.
Nice.
Cold-Eyed Selkie is a 1/1 island walk. Whenever Cold-Eyed Selkie deals combat damage to a player, you may draw that many cards.
Well, it's a good thing we've all got islands.
Yes.
Oh no.
Yes, indeed. Play Dream Thief's Bandana. Sorry, excuse me.
Banana?
Banana. Banana?
Do-do-do-do.
Banana Nat.
Uh-huh.
It's an artifact. Whenever a quick creature deals combat damage to a player, look at the top card of their library, then exile it face down. For as long as it remains exiled, you may play it, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell.
Ooh.
Yes. I can't do anything with it yet.
Oh boy.
Everybody has creatures, correct?
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Although, if Nashi attacked into Glenland or Liege, they would trade.
I
If I blocked.
If you blocked. Yeah, exactly.
no, thank Thank you.
Okay.
I think I'm just gonna sit here.
All right.
Yeah, I think I'm chilling for a little bit.
Sounds good. I'm going to draw for the turn. Do I play Tegwell or do I suspiciously pass the turn?
Oh. See, that's the problem with the fairies deck, is that you kind of want to do both, so
see-
you don't die.
From my perspective, it's not a problem. Go ahead.
Untap.
I am taking so much psychic damage just in the first 6 turns of this game.
Commander.
Commander.
I mean, let's assess the board. Jacob actually has some fairly spooky threats. Not as spooky to you, but he could definitely get in. I am playing an elf deck, so you can evaluate that as you will. Graham's not doing much, honestly. He's fine.
If I get a 5th land,
Oh, you're cooking.
then suddenly I go to
7.
7 available mana.
Yeah, your 5th land really counts.
Yeah.
Okay, I'd like to cast Wayfaring Temple. This is an elemental with star power toughness, each equal to the number of creatures I control, and whenever Wayfaring Temple deals combat damage to a player, populate.
Oh.
I'll then cast Lightning Greaves. Equipped creature has haste and shroud, and it equips for 0. I'll equip the Wayfaring Temple.
Okay, this is going to be a very spicy turn, I think.
I love this.
Okay, Jacob, I'll attack you with this Rhino token, and Graham, I'll attack you with Girid and Wayfaring Temple. When Girid attacks, I have a trigger to populate. Is that good?
I mean, I hate it.
Graham, you should take 2.
It's more than 2, because you're attacking me with that thing too.
Yeah, Graham, you should take 6. It's good.
Yeah.
It's better this way.
No, so I was saving this for the Selkie, actually.
You should
'cause
do that.
No, because I will just die so bad. I'm going to repulse the Rhino.
Okay.
So that returns to your hand, so it evaporates. I draw a card, and now there is nothing to populate. Oh, I can block.
Yep.
I'll block Gired and take 2. Question mark?
You got it.
Great, I take 2.
Selesnya Sanctuary. And I'll return this forest to my hand. Back to you, Kathleen.
So you took nothing, Jacob.
What's that?
Nothing happened.
I just take the damage. Oh, I
No,
took
you
nothing.
can't because
you saved me.
Graham bounced the creature that was attacking you.
Because if I hadn't gotten rid of the Rhino, he would have gotten a second Rhino during combat,
Yeah.
attacking somebody. We don't know yet.
Yeah.
And then I would have had Gired and now a 4/4
Okay.
temple coming at me. And then after it hit me, he'd make a 3rd Rhino.
Yeah.
So I decided, for everyone's benefit, and not just my own, that Rhino should go away.
I think that's smart.
Thank you.
I don't know what I did to become a threat. I'm just a little guy.
Signed up for a game of EDSC.
Yeah.
Just by nature of being here.
Commander.
You're
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, anyone has the potential to win the game, and honestly, the newer precons are very powerful. Like, they have been ratcheting up in power for sure. I'm going to tap 3, and I'm going to play Harald, King of Skemfar.
Harald.
That's Tyvar's brother. When he enters the battlefield, look at the top 5 cards of your library. I may reveal an elf, warrior, or Tyvar card from among them and put it into my hand and put the rest on the bottom of my library in a random order. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Chances have to be high that you're going to hit an elf at least.
I think so.
Harald.
I don't know. Did they put any elves, warriors, or Tyvar cards in this deck?
They certainly did. That was, I kind of wanted to draw this other one. God, is this really what I'm going to be doing with my life? I think it is. I'm going to
Commander.
I'm going to reveal this Farhaven elf. When it enters the battlefield, I may search my library for a basic land, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and then shuffle.
Sweet.
Just a little guy.
Content creator to algorithm. I don't know. Is this really what I'm going to be doing with my life? Commander.
So that's going to go into my hand. And then,
I hate those words.
Graham, I'm going to attack you with Lateral Blade of the Elves. So you will take 2 lateral damage,
I will.
and then I will get 2 more elf warriors.
Alrighty.
So now I have a lot of elves.
Do the Jagged Scar Archers have any cost to their thing, or is it just
Tap
tap?
them.
Okay. So
They also don't have reach themselves.
Yeah, they're
they
just
don't have reach. That's
No.
wild.
just a huge dude.
Lesslana Scarblade is also online now.
Yeah. Okay. So My liege is alive only due to your good graces.
Well, there might be other things I want to kill.
Yeah, fair.
I am passing the turn.
Give me a hand.
Huh?
Give me a hand.
What? Oh, yeah.
Okay.
You drew that card all by yourself, buddy.
Thanks, man. I appreciate that. Okay.
We're going to take this game one turn at a time.
We're going to take this game one turn at a time. Okay. I drew the card. Now I think I'm going to try to do something silly.
Oh, that's one of my favorite things to hear in a game of Commander.
All right. First, we're going to tap for 2 blue. We're going to tap for 1 colorless and 1 it doesn't matter. And we're going to cast Arcane Heist. You may cast target instant or sorcery card from an opponent's graveyard without paying its mana cost. If that spell would be put into their graveyard, exile it instead.
Uh-huh.
Excellent.
Cipher?
Yes, we're getting to that. May I have your cultivate, please? Nelson.
Sure. Here you
He's
go.
ramping.
Thank you very much. So I'm going to now cast Cultivate,
Okay.
search my library for up to 2 basic land cards, reveal them, put 1 onto the battlefield tapped, and the other into my hand, then shuffle my library.
But you won't resolve it until you're finished resolving Arcane Heist.
Okay, then we're good, thank you. Then Cipher. You may then exile this spell card encoded on a creature you control. Whenever that creature deals combat damage to a player, its controller may cast a copy of the encoded card without paying its mana cost. I'm going to put it on the Cold-Eyed Selkie.
I was afraid of that.
And now we can resolve
And
it.
now we can resolve Cultivate. So now I'm going to resolve Cultivate. Come here, my little pretty. Excellent.
See, I was
Get
keeping the
over there.
repulse for the Cold-Eyed Selkie for the bandana. But this is even worse.
Well, maybe.
Well, because they could also get the bandana.
What's the equip cost on the bandana?
1.
Oh, good.
He could put the bandana on.
I've got 2 lands.
And now the Cultivate's just exiled, right?
The cultivate's gone, but the Selkie will now forever cultivate for as long as it lives.
For as long as it lives.
No,
All right.
it'll cast Arcane Heist whenever it deals damage, right?
Oh.
It's just this spell is encoded.
Yeah.
So every time we connect, we'll target an instant or sorcery in a graveyard.
Oh.
Oh, an opponent's graveyard. Great.
All right. Could you cut, please?
Yeah.
Thank you. So this swamp will enter play tapped. This island will go into my hand.
Okay.
Regardless, I cannot play another land this turn, correct? Because that already went down?
Nope, that doesn't
No,
count as
that
playing a
doesn't
land.
count.
That's just
Well,
cultivate. Yeah.
that's beautiful. So I'm going to play this island.
Yeah.
I'm going to tap this prismatic lens. I'm going to equip the Cold-Eyed Selkie with the Dream Thief's bandana.
Yep.
I am going to now attack.
Uh-huh.
I am going to attack Graham.
Oh.
With the Cold-Eyed Selkie, I am going to attack Nelson, because you don't have any blockers, correct? With Nasha, Moon Sage's Scion.
Jacob, that was incredibly sick.
Thank you.
So is this. I'm going to tap my Lyssalana Scarblade and discard that Farhaven Elf I don't care about and
Okay.
deal 9 damage to your Selkie.
It's
It
not-
technically gets
it's
minus
-9,
9.
minus 9.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
that's true.
So
I misrepresented.
that takes the edge off.
Yeah. Okay. So none of that stuff happens.
Well,
Now she's still attacking.
Now she's
Oh,
still
yeah.
attacking.
And, and technically the Lyssalana Scarblade ability goes in the stack. So if anyone has anything to do about it,
Can't do anything about
then
it.
it resolves, and after it resolves, Cold-Eyed Selkie goes to the graveyard. Arcane Heist, I think, stays in
Stays
exile
exiled.
because it's encoded. The bandana is still in place, just not equipped to anyone.
Okay.
And then we can maybe go to damage unless anyone has more effects.
Nope.
No.
I'm going to take 3,
Yep.
and everyone's going to exile the top card of their library for Nash
Yep.
to choose from.
I got a Talisman of Dominance. It's an artifact that taps for colorless or blue or black, but it pings you. It's like an artifact version of your Yavimaya Coast.
Understood.
I got Gargoyle Castle, which I guess is out because you've already played a land.
And I have a Ruthless Winnower, which I don't recommend you take because it says at the beginning of each player's upkeep, that player sacrifices a non-elf creature.
I mean, it's fine for. Well, no, it's not. That's
Yeah.
actually that's bad.
That's super bad.
And then what did you get?
I got Void Attendant. 1 green and 2. It has Devoid. 1 colorless and 1 green. Put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. Create a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token. It has sacrificed this creature, add 1 colorless.
That's super neat. Nelson, how does Doc Orlock interact with Nashi?
Okay, so I believe Doc Orlock makes spells you cast from exile for mana cost 2 generic less, but Nashi specifically says you can pay life rather than paying the mana cost of the spell in mana. And so Doc Warlock and really no cards change mana costs. So Nashi's still going to want you to pay 3 life.
Because Nashi says you pay
Its
the
mana value.
equal to the mana value, right?
Yeah, rather than paying its mana cost.
Yeah, Doc doesn't, and really none of the cost reducers change the top right-hand corner, even if that's what it looks like in Arena.
Yeah, Doc is reducing the amount of money that you pay, but Nashi needs to be paid in blood.
Yep, that's fine. We will pay Nashi in blood. I will cast the Void Attendant.
All right, I'll exile my talisman.
Wise choice to leave my Ruthless Winnower in exile.
So you pay 3?
I pay 3 life, yes.
Okay. You're at 35.
I'm at 35.
That was still pretty sweet.
I have ramped. I have done a thing. I have a new creature. Go.
All right.
I will consider that a success.
I will draw. Well, it's not a land, but it's castable. Oh, that's fun. Let's do that. I'm going to tap 3 and play Fairy Bladecrafter. It's a 2/2 flying fairy rogue that says whenever one or more fairies you control deal combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on Fairy Bladecrafter. When Fairy Bladecrafter dies, each opponent loses X life and you gain X life, where X is its power. So that's cool. And given that, I will do an attack. Kathleen, I'm going to attack you for 2 because that Jagged Scar Archer doesn't have flying, and I'm living on a borderline
I take
anyway.
2.
Sweet! Trigger for Fairy Bladecrafter. That's my turn. I've been playing a lot of Balatro since it came out on mobile. And so I'm like, this would be so cool, because I got 2 7s, 2 6s, 2 5s. This is excellent.
I'll play a forest and cast Garrick, Primal Hunter,
My boy!
a legendary planeswalker that enters with 3 loyalty and has +1, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
It also has -3, draw cards equal to the greatest power among creatures you control, and -6, create a 6/6 worm creature token for each land you control. I will find a beast.
This is a particularly good Garrick, especially when the Wayfaring Temple is going to get just sort of arbitrarily larger.
Hopefully.
And so you -3 to draw a whole bunch of cards.
That's the dream, Graham.
Yeah.
Okay, your Fairy Bladecrafter is a 4/4 flying.
It is a 3/3.
Well, if this dies...
Oh, I'm sorry.
Maybe it'll
Sorry.
be a 3/3.
Yes. Yes, because of the Archmage, yes, it's a 4/4.
Okay.
I had elves.
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 Nice. You do have elves.
She does have elves. That much we know for sure.
Okay, I'll go to combat. I'll attack Jacob with Girad and Wayfaring Temple. Girad trigger. May I populate?
I can't do anything to stop you this time.
Okay, I will make another 3/3 beast. It's tapped and attacking.
Who is it tapped and attacking?
It can be tapped and attacking Jacob.
All right.
Okay, Jacob, I'm hitting you with a 2/5, a 3/3, and a 4/4.
They don't have trample this time.
No.
Yay.
But the 4/4, if it connects, will make another 3/3.
Oh, I don't want that. I'm going to block with Doc Warlock to block the one with the effect there.
Okay.
Yep.
So if you don't block the other 2, you'll take 5 damage,
Okay.
2 of its commander.
Okay. I will have to do so.
Jacob goes to 30.
And Doc Warlock.
Is paved under the Wayfaring Temple.
It's a
Indeed.
grisly end.
But
Yeah.
the temple doesn't connect.
No.
All right.
Back to you, Kathleen.
I draw my card for the turn. Ooh, it's a land. I love that for me. And you know what? Let's go to attacks. Let's go to Big Chonkles. Let's see.
Sorry. In my head, it's like a knockoff Chuck E. Cheese.
Yeah.
Big Chonkles.
Let's go to Big Chonkles.
Like it's half circus, half restaurant.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's all go to Big Chonkles.
For good times.
I mean, there's a lot
You know what?
happening.
Bring all the elves. Let's go to Big Chonkles.
Yeah.
Have a chunk and good time.
Pack whatever
Yeah.
you want in the car, kids. We're headed to Big Chonkles. They can fit. Sure. Yeah, you can bring all your little cars. Big Chonkles never says no.
Okay, it is time for attacks, and I shall be attacking like this. Jacob, Lathril, Blade of the Elves, is attacking you because she has menace. Nelson, Harold, King of Skemfar, is attacking you because he has menace.
Okay.
Graham, my 9 is attacking you because I don't think you're going to block.
You know what? You're right. Just to clarify, you're attacking Nelson and not Garrick.
Oh, well. No, I already said I was attacking Nelson.
All right. No, you're right. I'm not blocking. I'm going to take 9.
Yeah, I can't block. Yeah. So, yep.
You take 2.
2.
Okay, Jacob takes 2. Graham takes 9. Nellie takes 3.
Lathril makes you more elves?
She sure does. She's going to make me 2 more elves. Big chunkies.
These are not big chonkies. These are little weenies.
I know.
Do you just have a lot of them? Sometimes the parents just let the kids run in big chonkles and go next door to little weenies.
They've got like a tiny margarita.
Yeah. It's just a toothpick with a sausage on it.
Yeah, just little weenies.
Yeah, but then they had the servers, little weenies, have to come out and be like, look, the people at our sister restaurant have 16 unscented.
The children are just running roughshod over big chonkles.
There's just like a siren in Little Weenies. Like there's a big yellow flashing light. It's like Little Weenies will be closing in 30 seconds because y'all can't be trusted.
Oh.
I imagine it's about the size of like the smoothie stands that you see in gyms and stuff. Yeah, just like floating
it's just
there.
People pounding back tiny margaritas as quickly as possible while their children hit each other with ski balls.
Ski ball.
Yeah.
Just taking them all
There's a
up.
6-year-old like upside down in the basketball net.
There's someone in a mascot costume being tied down like Gulliver, and you can't tell that they're crying, but you know that they're crying.
We're gonna get you. Piggy's been scrawled on the walls of Big Chonkles.
Yeah. It's the Lord of the Flies
Yeah.
restaurant.
It's the starter set for the Purge.
Oh, man.
Oh, okay. I'm going to play a Reclamation Sage.
Oh, boy.
And I'm going to destroy your boots.
Boots gone.
Boots gone.
Boots
Yep.
are our biggest threat. We kill boots. Go ahead.
Okay. Give me a hand.
Oh, yeah, right. I can't draw your card for you.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Okay. Okay. Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
We will play Temple of Mystery, which enters the battlefield tapped. I can scry 1. Great.
What could it be?
What could it be? We'll just leave that right there. Okay. We're just gonna make Eldrazi now.
Fun.
What?
We're just gonna make a bunch of Eldrazi. Yep. Good. Okay, so that should be 1, 2, 3. So I get 3 Eldrazi.
How? What? What are you
So,
casting?
right here. So
Oh.
from the Void Attendant, 1 green, 1 colorless, put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. Create a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token that has sacrificed this creature at 1 colorless.
So you can take cards out of exile from our...
Exile.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
put them in
so
our graveyard.
you get 3 targets then if you're activating that thrice.
Yes, indeed.
What are you targeting?
Cultivate and your 2 lands.
Okay.
Nelson.
All right. Yep.
These are going in my graveyard.
Yep. They're going in your graveyard.
And you get...
And I get 3 Eldrazi.
Eldrazi.
So you can pop those for mana,
I
or
can.
they make good blockers.
Yep.
Here you go.
Thank you very much. All right. Does anybody fully not have a blocker?
No.
Nope.
Everybody has at
much-
least one blocker.
But you really like that guy, right?
This is a 4/4, yeah.
It's a 4/4? Oh, never mind.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're not gonna... Yeah. Boring turn. I'm fine with that. Please go.
All right.
He's setting up.
Draw. I'm going to pay 2 mana for Free the Fae, the adventure of my Picklock Prankster. So I mill 4 cards and then put an instant, sorcery, or fairy from among them into my hand. And I hit Reality Shift, Frantic Search, Nettling Nuisance, and Demir Signet.
Hey, that's 4 non-land cards you milled.
Yeah, so
Congrats.
pretty
Yeah.
happy about that. Which
Yeah.
one's Nettling Nuisance? It's a new fairy that I'm unfamiliar
I think
with.
that one's pretty good.
3/1 flyer, whenever one or more fairies you control deal combat damage to a player, that player creates a 4/2 red pirate token with this creature can't block, and the token is goaded for the rest of the game, so it can't attack me.
Oh, that's great, honestly.
That's so fun.
That's so fun.
I like that a lot.
Yeah, I'm taking that over Frantic Search, even though probably Frantic Search is something I want to do at some point. So that goes into my hand, and then I will pay to free this Picklock Prankster from its adventure and just cast it. So it is now a 2/4 through the graces of Glenelender Liege. And I want to grow my Fairy Blade Master as well, so I'm going to attack Kathleen for another 2.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Okay. One more counter on the Blade Crafter, pardon me. They're not the master of the blade, they just make the blade.
You're making the blade.
They're very good at it, though. They're good at using it. That's me, go ahead.
Untapping. I'll pay 3 mana for a Selesnya Eulogist. This is a 3/3 Centaur Druid that has pay 3 mana and exile target creature from a graveyard, then populate. Then I'll -3 my Garrick. I have 5 creatures in play, so my Wayfaring Temple is a 5/5.
So you're gonna draw 5 cards.
Yeah, although this ability goes in the stack if anyone wants to do anything about it.
Can't.
Nope.
I'm going to draw 5 cards now.
Sick.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Then let's go to combat.
Mm-hmm.
You have a 5/5 and a 2/4.
Yep.
And you have a 3/2 and a 2/3.
Yeah,
And a bunch of little ones.
and a bunch of little guys.
Okay.
I have a 1/1, a 2/1,
Those other things.
and 6 other little guys.
Sure. All right. Jacob, I'll attack you with Girad and Wayfaring Temple again. It's the same attack as last time. Girad, trigger. When this attacks,
Yeah.
the beast comes in attacking, and why don't I have it? The beast will be attacking Kathleen this time.
So it's a 2/5 and a 6/6
6/6
coming
now.
at you.
And a 6/6 coming at me.
And if the 6/6 hits, then he populates again.
Nobody wants that. No trample,
No,
right?
nothing has
Great.
trample. I don't have any
I
trample
will
right now.
block with the Scion.
Okay.
Great.
And take 2.
I will block with the Scion and take 2.
Kathleen, do you want to block? Or?
Yeah, I'm gonna block with my Reclamation Sage and one of these elf tokens.
Sure.
The Reclamation Sage will go to the graveyard, the token will evaporate, but Prowess of the Fair will give me another token.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Nice.
After combat, I'll make a white mana with that and another white mana over here, and 5 total for a Wingmate Rock. This is a 3/4 flying bird with, when Wingmate Rock enters, if you attacked with a creature this turn, create a 3/4 white bird creature token with flying.
Oof.
And whenever this attacks, you gain 1 life for each attacking creature.
Sick. Wingmate Rock.
Wow.
Yeah, that's very
Back on the
disgusting.
escalator.
Back
yeah.
in from cons.
That's right.
Back on the escalator.
Okay, and then I will pass to clean up. I'll discard Blossoming Sands.
For like a brief moment, I was like, wow, he has to discard, forgetting that you drew 5 cards.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Back to you, Kathleen.
Well, that's a good turn for Nelson.
Yeah. And you have blockers?
Oh, so
I
many.
have some. I have 5 untapped creatures, yeah.
I don't like any of that.
Before I take my turn, I'm going to cast Elven Ambush to create a 1/1 green elf warrior creature token for each elf I control.
Do you want to have
would
an
like
individual token card for
I
all
would
of those?
like a dice, I think,
Okay,
maybe
great, yeah.
would be good. So for each elf I control, that will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that will be 11. So I'm going to make 11 elves,
Sick.
which I have divided up as this. For some reason, because having them in a stack of 10 is relevant
Oh, right.
to my commander.
Right. Cool.
All right, now I will untap for the turn.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna tap Lathril and 10 of my elves to do that. I'm gonna drain you, everybody, for 10 life. Everyone's gonna lose 10 life, and I'm gonna gain 10 life. Wait, each opponent. Yeah, each opponent.
Okay, so Jacob goes to 16, I go to 14, Nelson goes to 22, and you're up on 46.
Correct.
Huh.
Oh.
Yeah, obviously,
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's time for some casualties of war.
Oh my god. Hell yeah. I love this card.
So rude.
Do you have full targets?
I believe I have full targets.
All right.
So it says, Jacob, destroy target artifact, destroy target creature, destroy target enchantment, destroy target land, destroy target planeswalker. I would like to destroy your planeswalker.
There is 1 planeswalker on
Yeah.
the
I would
battlefield.
like to destroy your wingmate rock.
Artifact targets. Nelson doesn't have any, actually, right?
Correct.
So Arcane Signet, Lens, bandana.
And are there no artifact enchantment targets
There's
except
one
my
right
own?
here.
Yeah. Oh, I guess I don't have full targets. Can I get your prismatic lens, Jacob?
And are you gonna blow up a land or not?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna blow up your Selesnya sanctuary because I hate the Selesnya the most of all. I can't blow up the Gruul turf.
Okay.
Well, that was rude.
Yeah.
But,
Hell yeah.
But life continues. I don't think I necessarily need to make any attacks though, so go ahead.
All right. No, I got it.
Are you okay? All right. He's doing it for himself.
I'm upset. I'm gonna draw a card.
Your lens.
My lens. Oh,
You-
look.
You loved forcing mana through that lens like Play-Doh.
It was really my only joy in life. So
It came out the other side with all the little like fins on it.
It did.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then if you put the Play-Doh in the right way, like it comes out like, nice, like different colors, and
Like a
that's fine.
Like a Peschetti.
Like a Peschetti, but like a really beautiful Peschetti. Like the colors of the Italian flag Peschetti. Anyway, here's what we're gonna do.
All right.
All right, we're gonna, that's a black now. Okay, hey, Opulent Palace, that's a black now.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're gonna tap everything.
Oh.
We're gonna play Heartless Conscription.
does it
Okay.
do?
Exile all creatures.
Oh God.
Ah,
For each card exiled this way, you may play that card for as long as it remains exiled, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. Exile Heartless Conscription.
Oh my goodness.
All right.
I would like all of your stuff, please.
I'm gonna put my commander in the command zone instead of going to exile.
I
That's
will
fair.
also put my commander in the command zone instead of going to exile.
Annoyingly.
You can choose to have your commander just go to exile instead of going to the command zone.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it gets sent to exile with a spell that sends everything to exile.
Yeah.
I don't know
Thank
why
you.
you'd want to do that.
I'm just going to put these over here so that I can keep an eye on them, if that's okay with everybody.
That sounds great.
Yeah,
Fine
cool.
with me.
My Blade Crafter does not trigger because that's a dies trigger and it was sent to exile
Yeah,
instead.
I don't even get any tokens off Prowess of the Fair
Yeah.
because everything got exiled.
Yours get exiled too.
They do. Goodbye. Excellent. Okay. I tap for 1 blue mana. I'll play Triton Shorestalker. Triton Shorestalker can't be blocked. So 1/1.
We're getting there.
Hey, you mean put
Okay.
put the bandana on and it can do some stuff.
It's gonna get a nice little head wrap.
Great. I'm gonna draw a command tower.
That's 5 land.
That's 5 land. My Temple of the False God is now active, and people enjoy it, and they go there and worship and say, please give us 2 colorless mana. And the temple says, yes, here are my wingdings.
Wingdings.
So I'll tap 7 for Shadow Puppeteers.
Ooh, that card rules.
When it enters the battlefield, create 2 1/1 black fairy rogue tokens with flying. Whenever a creature you control with flying attacks, you may have... Wait, what? Whenever a creature with you can... Whenever... Jacob, read this with me. Whenever
Yeah.
a creature you control with flying attacks, you may have it become a red dragon with base power toughness 4/4 in addition to its other colors and types until end of turn. What the hell?
Yep.
That's
You just get to go, you're a red dragon now.
that's wild.
That's neat.
Go ahead.
I'll cast Thragtusk.
Hey!
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thanks.
Big Tusky.
Yeah, I'll gain 5 of this life back that Lathril stole. And when Thragtusk leaves, I'll get a 3/3, so hopefully I'll be, populating again soon enough. Poor little commander, nothing to populate. I'll play a Rugged Highlands and gain 1 more life. Back to you, Kathleen.
Well, I'll play my land for the turn, and then I'm going to recast my commander. It's Lathril. She's back.
Yay. Wait, boo. Wait,
Yeah, she's a 2/3.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay.
She needs friends.
You got such a big hand now.
Yeah.
Because you've
This-
got all those other cards.
This deck is hell for somebody with ADHD. All right. So I've got a nice little pile here. I'm just going to tap everything for... there we go. I'm going to tap everything for Diluvian Primordial.
Ooh.
Fun.
Flying. When Diluvian Primordial enters the battlefield for each opponent, you may cast up to one target instant or sorcery card from that player's graveyard without paying its mana cost. If a spell cast this way would be put into a graveyard, exile it instead. It is 5/5 and flying.
Wow. All right. Well, your choices for me as we go around the circle. Frantic Search, Reality Shift, Repulse, and Consider. So Frantic Search draws some cards and untapped lands. Reality Shift exiles a creature, and then its controller gets another creature, kinda. Repulse bounces a creature, draws a card, Consider, surveils, and draws a card.
Okay, Frantic Search. All right. Easy. Okay.
For me, you've got Cultivate.
And that's it?
That's
okay,
it.
great. Then I'll do that. Great. And then I think Casualties of War is going to be the choice.
I think that's a very good. Well, I mean, I don't think Elven Ambush does anything.
So I think you get to choose in what order these spells go on the stack, which is relevant because my card is a tutor and Graham's card draws cards. So you just got to pick whether you want the tutor to go off first or the card drawing to go off first.
Then I'll pick targets for Casualty of War. May I?
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you much. Okay, destroy target artifacts.
I think my
I
Arcane
think your
Signet
Arcane
is the
Signet's
only target.
one there. Yep. Destroy target creature.
That you got options.
Yes, indeed. What's the Shadow Puppeteer? Oh, that's the one that makes
Makes
things
things
dragons?
dragons, but the Shadow Puppeteers have Ward too.
So you can't pay that.
I can't pay that. That's right. Okay,
So
got it.
Rogues, Thragtusk, Lathril.
At this point, I would just be exiling that or destroying that in order to increase its mana cost by 2. Correct? Okay.
That's a fair play.
Yeah.
I think that's going to be the play. Yeah.
And then you also get to destroy an enchantment and a land.
Yeah, I think that enchantment.
Those die at the same time, so the enchantment sees Lathril dying.
Yes. So
Cool.
the
I'll get
enchantment will get to go one more time. And then do you want to destroy a land? Graham and I both have lands that tap for 2 mana. Or you can pull up whatever land you want.
Actually, I think because essentially I'm trying to lock down the commander, I'll destroy whatever that one is on my right, the
Guildgate?
Guild Gate.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's messed with Ravnica.
there you go.
Oh, Ravnica remembers.
Okay, so there's that. Now I can resolve Frantic Search.
Yep.
Correct? Okay. So draw 2 cards and then discard 2 cards.
And then untap up to 3 lands, which don't even have to be your lands. They could be other people's lands,
Whoa.
if you want.
I you know what? I appreciate
I just
you.
want to make sure you know you have all the options.
I appreciate that. Thank you.
Fresh Frantic Surge. Frantic Search, strategy coming down in 2024.
Yeah.
I've never made that play before, but there's probably an instance to do it when it's correct.
Okay, so I'm going to discard Felwar Stone. Ooh, this is a tough choice. And Orochi Soul Reaver.
Excuse me?
Bless you. Yeah.
Good heavens. All right.
And then I'll untap 3 lands. And now
Cultivate.
Cultivate.
Oh, goodness. So sorry.
While Jacob's looking for lands, this is a 5/4 Snake Ninja Rogue with ninjutsu. And it says whenever one or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token and manifest the top card of that player's library.
Whoa.
Yeah, Jacob's deck is legit nasty.
That's wild.
Okay, cut please.
Yeah.
Thank you. One of them enters tapped. One of them goes to my hand. Hey, I'm going to play this land.
Oh.
Okay, Sunken Hollow. Add 1. Untap the 3 lands. That's resolved. That's resolved. That's resolved. Excellent. Ward 2. That's very bad. Okay, I'm going to tap 1. Equip my Triton Shore Stalker. And I will attack Kathleen
Yeah.
with it.
I take 1.
you take
and
1.
you get the top card of my library.
I get to exile it face down, and then it says I can play it, and mana of any type can be spent to cast that spell. So I'll just exile that face down over there. I will maybe play that later, and then play Graham's Fairy Blade Crafter that they so kindly donated to the cause.
Yeah.
Okay, I think I'm done.
Okay. Untap. Upkeep. Draw. Hey, if anyone's been looking for Glenn, I found him. Secluded Glenn. He was over there. When it enters the battlefield, I may reveal a fairy from my hand. If I don't, it enters tapped. I'm going to reveal this Nettling Nuisance that you already know that I have.
Oh.
Okay.
And then I'm going to play.
Are you going to play the Nettling Nuisance?
I am.
Oh, good.
But first, I'm going to play Tegwill. So it gives my fairies +1/+1 and Death Touch. And then, because I'm using the Temple of the False God for 2 mana, like that, I'm also going to play Nettling Nuisance. And then I'm going to move to combat.
Yeah,
so
get
Nettling
there.
Nuisance says, when one or more fairies deal combat damage to a player, that player creates a pirate creature token with this creature can't block. The token is goaded for the rest of the game. What's funny is, I think, and correct me if I'm wrong, Nelson, if I hit you, you make this thing, it's goaded. If you populate it, the populated version isn't goaded, but still can't block.
That's a great question.
Because of the way that it's
Worded.
grammatically worded.
4/2 red pirate creature with this can't block. The token's goaded for the rest of the game. Yes, I think you're correct. I think if I manage to populate the red pirate creature, that one won't be goaded.
Cool. Well, that's going to happen anyway, so that just seems like a fun thing to do.
Yeah.
So I'm going to move to combat, and I'm going to attack each of you with one of these creatures.
That
I
sounds
will
very fair.
attack Nelson with the Shadow Puppeteers, and Kathleen with a Fairy Rogue, and Jacob with a Fairy Rogue. Now, currently the fairies are 2/2s, but whenever a creature you control with flying attacks, you may have it become a red dragon with base power toughness 4/4 in addition to its other colors and types.
Oh!
So I'm going to make all of these into 5/5 red, black, blue dragon fairies.
With Death Touch.
With, no, only he has Death Touch.
Oh, only Tigwill has Death Touch.
Only Tegwill has Death Touch.
I mean, a 5/5 is basically Death Touch because it's the biggest thing on the board.
Great, I take 5.
I take 5.
You could jump block.
No.
Well, you can trade.
Okay.
You have a 5/5
Yeah,
flying.
trade.
If you want.
Is
Oh, right.
is
You're
it
trading
the-
with a 1/1 flying fairy, but
Yeah, I'll trade.
Okay.
I'll trade.
Trade fairies for Diluvian Primordial.
Yep.
A fairy I control died, so I'm going to draw a card and lose a life, going to 13. And Nelson and Kathleen each make, I have the tokens, that's amazing. Each make a pirate. Now those pirates can't block and are goaded, meaning they have to attack and they can't attack me.
Yo ho!
hooray.
A pirate's life for we.
Whee!
Hey.
Whoop whoop.
Whoop, whoop, indeed. All right, that's my turn. Go ahead, Nelson.
Untapping. I'll play a command tower. 8 mana, you say. Graham's stuff is so big. Why don't I have flying creatures? Flying creatures are the best kind of creatures,
They're among my favorites.
right?
I might like trample creatures more. I really don't know.
Both
I
are-
like flying creatures better
both
than
are
trample
good, right?
creatures.
That's fair.
Flying is its own kind of trample. It's just you apply the damage directly to the top of the head.
There are also creatures with horsemanship.
I'm sorry, what?
He's not wrong.
They're real good at horse.
They sound good at horse.
Yeah.
Okay, before combat, I'll cast Garrick's Pack Leader, a 4/4 beast with whenever another creature with power 3 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, you may draw a card.
Cool.
I'll then go to combat. Thragtusk will attack Graham, and Pirate will attack Kathleen.
I'll take 4 from Pirate.
Yeah. I should have thought of that. I guess I'll take 5. That sucks. I'm going to go to 8,
Okay,
but I like both of my creatures.
they're both good creatures, that's fair.
They're good creatures broad.
Are those creatures like centaur artifacts? Horsemanship?
Close.
Yeah.
Horsemanship is kind of like flying.
They're usually humans.
Yeah. Humans with horses. Only creatures with horsemanship can block creatures with horsemanship.
That's wild.
Otherwise, they're too high up and going fast.
Yeah, yep, yeah, definitely. No, definitely like a dragon wouldn't be able to do anything,
No.
really.
Well, for a dragon, the horse is all the way down there.
Yeah, and a wall? Yeah, definitely not. Just run up it.
Jump it.
Yeah.
Like dressage.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Kathleen. Sorry.
That's fine. I'm going to tap 3 for a Bounty of Skemfar. Reveal the top 6 cards of my library. I may put a land card from among them onto the battlefield tapped and an elf card from among them into my hand.
Oh, cool. That seems like a card
One.
that was designed
2.
specifically for this deck.
3. 4, 5, 6. The land. I think I want a forest more than I want a swamp. We'll go into the battlefield tap. And then I can get any card, either of these elves. I'm gonna take Voice of the Woods, and we'll put the rest onto the battlefield on the bottom.
Wait, what?
Or
Onto
onto
the bottom.
We'll put the rest. I'm gonna take Voice of the Woods, and we'll put the rest onto the bottom of my library in a. I've randomized the order as much as I can at this point.
What's Voice of the Woods do? Or are we about to find out?
We are about to find out because I'm going
Okay.
to cast it immediately. It says, tap 5 untapped elves you control. Create a 7/7 green elemental creature token with trample.
Sick.
I mean, I'm kind of far off from having 5 elves.
Oh,
I've
yeah.
got 2.
I think that's neat.
But I can go to attacks.
Yep.
Jacob. Yo-ho.
Yo-ho.
I really don't want to trade.
Taking 4 is an option.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take that option.
All right.
Go ahead. It's your turn.
Okie dokie. Chunk of mana there. All right, draw a card. All right, it's not what we were hoping for, but we'll go with it anyway.
You can't see it on camera, but all the cards that Jacob exiled from Heartless Conscription are just sort of running down the side of the table. So he's only got 3 cards in hand, but really his hand is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11, 12.
All right, so I think we're going to 2, 3, 4 to play the Glen Eldralige. Other blue creatures I control get +1/+1. Other black creatures I control get +1/+1. There's that. And then, oh, that word 2 really stinks.
Yeah.
I'm going to play Putrefy for a 1/2/3, which is destroy our target artifact or creature. It can't be regenerated. That has ward 2.
Ah.
I will pay the word 2.
Yep.
Excellent. That leaves me with a swamp.
So Shadow Puppeteers dies, Tegwill gets a trigger, I lose a life, and draw a card.
I will then enter combat. I will attack Kathleen. I'm going to attack Kathleen
For 2.
for 2, which triggers Dream Thief's Bandana. Thank you. And then I will attack Nelson with Fairy Blade Crafter, which triggers whenever one or more fairies you control deal combat damage to a player, put a +1/+1 counter on Fairy Blade Crafter.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll take 3 then.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I will take a look at this card. Okie dokie. I will put that over here. And I believe that is my turn.
All right. Okay. I think this is very funny. Potentially. I think this has the potential to be very funny.
Excellent.
I'm going to attack Nelson with a 2/2 fairy. Nothing over there has reach?
No.
Okay. Kathleen with a Nettling Nuisance. And Jacob with Tegwill, who's a 2/3 Death Touch.
2/3 Death Touch.
Yeah.
Flying. They all have flying.
Oh, flying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just going to have to take that 2 damage, I think. Is there any trigger when it deals
Yeah.
damage to a
Oh,
player?
yeah.
Yeah, you'll get a pirate.
I'll get a pirate?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
No blocks.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you take 1.
2, right?
Sorry, yeah, sorry. So Nelson, you take 2. Kathleen, you take 4.
Yep.
Jacob, you take 2. Each of you gets a pirate. Shockingly, I don't have any more of those 4/2 pirates that can't block.
Oh, yes,
Oh,
we do.
we do. Wow. Wow. We have 3 more.
Amazing.
Incredible.
So each of you gets these. So
Thank you.
they can't block and they're goaded, which means they have to attack and they can't attack me. And that's an instant? That's wild that that's an instant, but I'm doing it now anyway. I'm going to play Perplexing Test to return all non-token creatures to their owner's hands. So all the pirates stay, your elf stays, my fairy stays. These go back to my hand. These 2 creatures go back to my hand.
Their owner's hand.
Their owner's
Not their
hand.
controller's hand.
Dang it.
That goes to your hand.
That goes to your hand.
Thragtusk triggers.
Thragtusk leaves the battlefield. You get a 3/3.
Dang it. That was very smart. That was very cool. That
Thank
was very,
you.
very cool.
Good job, Graham.
Yeah, that was very
had fun
cool.
with that. Now I need to discard. Oh no. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I didn't factor in hand size. 2 seconds while I just discard a bunch of cards.
Before you go to clean up, I'd like
Yeah.
to cast Naya Charm, returning Gargoyle Castle from my graveyard to my hand.
Cool.
Resume.
Do you think that's like the first time that particular sentence has been spoken in a Commander game?
Quite possibly.
I guess they're in the same deck, so
Yeah.
probably not. But you know,
Possibly.
Naiad Charm my Gargoyle Castle. That's a good one. Okay, that's all I can do. So I'm going to move to my end step, and I'm going to discard some real good cards: Glenlender Archmage, Una, and another Wrath. Go ahead.
Untapping. Play Gargoyle Castle.
What's Gargoyle Castle do?
So it taps for colorless, or pay 5 and tap and sacrifice it. Create a 3/4 gargoyle artifact creature token with flying.
Huh.
There's a gargoyle hiding in this castle. You can eventually get it out if you sacrifice the land and pay a bunch of mana.
Knock this castle down. Oh no!
Oh, jeez.
More castles.
It was occupied.
We thought that's where Glenn was.
Okay, the pirates can't block.
No.
Everyone's taking damage. Sure, I'll attack all of you. Graham, I'll attack you with the beast token. Jacob and Kathleen, my goated pirates, attack you.
I take 4.
I take 3.
I take 4.
Okay.
Nelson's got almost twice our combined life total,
Yeah.
and Kathleen has almost double that.
Yeah.
It's that time of the game.
Yep.
I'll cast Song of the World Soul, an enchantment that says whenever you cast a spell, populate.
Sweet.
And then I'll follow that up with another spell. It's Doomed Artisan. So Song of the World Soul trigger will make another beast. And then Doomed Artisan says sculptures you control can't attack or block. At the beginning of your end step, create a colorless sculpture artifact creature token with this creature's power and toughness, or each equal to the number of sculptures you control.
At the beginning of each end step?
At the beginning of my end
Oh,
step.
Thank goodness.
Just my end.
That's another card, like with Gonti, right? Where it's like the first ability is sculptures you control can't attack or block, and it's like, what the heck does that mean?
Right.
I hope this second
Keep
paragraph
reading.
explains it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so at my end step, I get this 1/1 that can't attack or block. Go ahead.
So I guess it's you have to. Oh, because it's a doomed artisan.
Doomed.
You make a bunch of sculptures and then you kill the artisan somehow.
Yeah.
And then suddenly all the sculptures come to life.
Or you could return
That's-
all non-token permanents.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Graham, I'm going to attack you with 1 elf. Jacob, I'm attacking you with 2 pirates.
Here we are.
It's that time of the
Can we
game.
do anything with the 1 black mana?
Jacob has to check his extensive list of.
Yeah.
Of spells.
Let me look through all of my zones for all of my options.
No. No, I can't. That's it. That's it for me.
I
Okay.
take 1. Jacob goes to Big Donut.
Yep. Big donut for me.
Hey, after this,
Yeah.
Big Donuts.
Big donuts.
I don't know where we
heck
get
yeah.
Big Donuts.
I'm
but
down for a big donut.
Yeah.
I'm going to recast my commander for 8. That's my turn.
All right. So then it goes to me.
I'm just gonna hand everybody back their
yeah,
cards.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
because
stuff
those
goes
should
to
be
exile.
exile in our.
Yeah, thank you.
And those, yeah, all need to be in our
Jones.
exiles.
Oh, yeah. Those are good.
And these are me.
Okay. Draw. It's an island. That's exciting. Huh. Wow, I'm at 3.
Yeah, we're going to die, Graham.
That's. Well, I.
2 of us at least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Statistically speaking,
That's how Commander works.
2 of us are going to die.
I feel like Nelson takes you out and then he takes me out.
That's my hope.
Yeah, I mean,
Great plan, Kathleen.
When
I'm in
you
favor.
Die, the pirates don't go away, though.
No, they
there
don't.
are tokens.
And they're still
Yeah.
goaded, so they still have to attack.
Yes.
They just can't attack a player that's no
Graham.
longer in the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I keep hearing goated,
Yeah.
and that's true.
Yeah.
Also
Yeah,
true.
with the sauce.
Look at these pirates. They've got mad sauce. 2 knives, all the beard, for some reason a tree coming out of their head.
That's the symbol of the Fey corruption.
Ah, okay.
I'm just making that up,
Sure.
obviously.
It might
but
just
I
be a
said
tree
it,
that's in the background.
I
of the
said it
picture.
with a
don't know.
lot of like conviction, though. No,
I was
is that
listening. I was listening.
if the tree was in the background and that was the art director, I'd be like, why is that there? Because that's like, like a tangent where you have 2 lines that overcross. Graham appreciated my tangent joke.
I love a good tangent joke. You know me.
I'm all about those tangents.
All right, I'm going to tap 6 mana for 2 different spells. I'm going to play the Fairy Blade Crafter because there's a outside shot that if it dies before I do, I get to gain a little bit of life. And It's either the Nettling Nuisance or Tegwill. The problem with Tegwill is,
He's so slow.
Then maybe you die if the fairy token dies or whatever.
the card draw
Yeah.
Yeah.
is not a may.
Yeah.
No.
It's not optional. And
Should've
I
kept that rat.
I would have 3 fairies, and that's enough to kill me.
Yeah.
So I guess I should play.
Nettling Nuisance.
Yeah, I guess I should play Nettling
I
Nuisance.
mean, it's just going to help Nelson kill me faster.
The problem
We'll see.
The problem with Tegwell sounds like a really good title for a children's book.
Yeah.
I agree.
Tegwill got up to so much chaos at Big Chonkles.
Tegwill is on the blacklist for Big Chonkles.
There's a little picture of him behind the counter.
Don't let him in there.
Because he kept just like feeding shots to the mascot's groin.
Yeah.
Unattended Tegwells will be given a bucket of slime and a cappuccino.
We got a lot of stories about him around the table, little weenies.
Tegwell's mom is just like pounding back, tiny margaritas as fast as she can. 4 more years.
Yeah, I'll play the Nettling Nuisance. And then this is weird, I'm actually going to attack Kathleen.
Yeah.
For 1.
Yeah.
So you get another pirate.
Yo.
Do we have one more?
Yeah,
Great.
please.
Yarr.
And a counter goes on my Fairy Blade Crafter. So that if it dies, I gain 3 life.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cool. Yep. Okay, go ahead, Nelson.
Okay, untapping. All right, I'm just going to tap all my mana.
I love that kind of play.
Yeah, I've got Geared's Belligerence.
Who? What?
Well,
It's
my
Geared, his commander.
my commander is Geared, and this is their Belligerence. Harmony is no longer an option. Geared, Conclave Exile. I'm leaving the Selesnya Conclave behind. I need to go hang out with a giant pig. So it deals X damage divided as I choose among any number of target creatures.
Oh.
Yeah, so
All
I
right.
put 2 red plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 into it. So yeah, I'm going to deal some damage, and then I'm going to get to populate. For every time a creature dealt damage this way dies this turn, I populate.
Okay.
So I'll target 1 here. I've got 7 to distribute. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I think the Doomed Artisan will be 7. But then I also have the Song of the World Soul trigger, so I'll make a sculpture off of World Soul, and then this happens, and we kill 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures. So then we're going to.
I'm gonna.
Sure.
I'm gonna respond.
Sure.
My.
Is the populate okay?
Yes. Okay. That's fine.
Yeah.
So those are power toughness equal to each other. So
Yes.
they're both just 2/2s right now.
Yes.
And only one can attack. Okay.
Yes. Yeah. 1's sick. Yeah.
I'm going. Don't ask why. Let's not get into the flavor of this. But my Nettling Nuisance and one of those beast tokens are running away together.
That is chill. All right. So that target's not legal.
But the rest of them are fine.
Yeah. Okay. But so we still killed 1, 2, 3 creatures.
Yeah.
So we're going to populate 3 more times. And I'll make 3 more. Should I make 3 more sculptures? Yeah, sure. I'll make 3 more sculptures.
Oh, maybe I
So
should have
there's-
bounced the sculpture. Whoops. Oh well.
So there's 4 of these and 1 that can attack. So they're 5/5s. Okay. Graham, I'll attack you with 2 creatures. Kathleen, I'll attack you with 2 creatures.
Yep. So I should have done the sculpture. I would have been dead either way. I block the sculpture with this, and I take 3.
Okay.
All right.
I take 8.
8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I take 8.
Okay. That's my turn.
Game's all tied up life total wise, or
Yep.
close to
Pretty
it.
close, yeah.
Board state wise.
Always
From
got a
Hell's
bit more-
Heart. Let's go. Badoop boo. They got to attack.
I will block with a 5/5 each.
A 5/5 each.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's 4 damage marked on 2 of them.
Yep.
Dice.
Pirates are off duty. They're immediately getting wasted.
No kidding.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to play an Eye Blight Massacre to give non-elf creatures -2/-2 until end of turn.
Okay, so my pirates will die.
Yep. And then 2 of those
these will
sculptures
die.
with damage marked on them will
And
die.
then these ones are just still barely big enough, right?
Yes, because they're 3/3s.
Cool.
And then I will spend the
So
rest
it should
of
go down to 2, right? There were 4 of them?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so there's 3. Yeah.
I will spend the rest of my, well, I'll spend 5 more mana to get that Voice of the Woods back out.
Nice.
So I've got a 2/2 and a 1/1.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm hanging on.
Yeah.
Me?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, I've got 3 untapped sculptures that can all attack this turn.
I'm gonna take 12.
Well,
If he can cast enough spells to populate that sculpture a bunch more times, they just get, each of them gets larger every time.
yeah, the World Soul wants to kind of go wild here.
The World Soul's just like, I don't understand what these animate sculptures are about, so I guess I'll make more of them.
Yeah.
You know, that's a really good casualties of war target.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good thing Casualties of War is exiled now.
Yeah.
I prefer it exiled.
I liked it in my hand, honestly. I thought that was the best place for it.
It's a good spot too.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Most fun there.
Okay, I'll cast Garrick's Pack Leader, populate. And then,
Hey, question.
yes.
Does the sculpture enter as a 4/4?
Yeah, but it also enters before Garrick's Pack Leader here because it's
Oh,
when
right.
you cast a spell.
Right.
But
Ah.
cast another spell, make a Colossal Majesty. So now I'm going to populate off of casting a spell. So this second one enters as like a 5/5. So now I may draw a card. I will.
Mm-hmm.
And then this comes in. It doesn't do anything until my upkeep. It
Okay.
just draws me an extra card if I have a creature with power 4 or greater. Okay, I didn't hit a land. I'll go to combat. Kathleen, I'll attack you with all these creatures. There's 3 5/5s and a 3/3. So you could block a 5/5 and still be alive.
I could
trade
trade
for
for the 3/3.
Yeah, that's fine
And
too.
then take, and
15.
then I'm kind of the same amount of alive. So I'm gonna try to remove something from the board.
No more beast.
No more
Smart.
beast. I mean, it's pretty bad.
Had they yet printed Kindred Dominance when that deck was out? I don't think so.
Great question. I don't actually know when Lathril is from.
She's from Kaldheim, so she's
Oh.
several years old at this point.
Kindred Dominance. Maybe.
What'd you
Maybe,
draw?
yeah.
A Wirewood Channeler. So I'm going to say, Nelson, it's
Okay.
been a pleasure playing Magic with you. Excellent deck.
Good game.
Very fun.
game.
Good games all
games all
around.
around.
Good
Well
games,
played.
good games,
Good
good
games.
games, good games.
Woo!
Wheel! I love
Oh.
the wheel.
This was a heck of a lot of fun.
Sweet.
This made me feel very smart.
It didn't look like it, but I actually died when you wiped the board.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just didn't have a
Just been
reason.
No,
zombified
I just
for
did not
turns.
have
Yeah.
anything to rebuild
Yeah.
with. But that's okay, because that's Magic, baby.
It's also kind of elf deck.
Yeah, that's
like
very.
Commander.
Pretty typical, like, look, I got out all my stuff. I am very impressive.
I am big and scary, and oh, you took out my elves.
Sweepers. Boo.
Oh, my only weakness, not having a million creatures.
I've never seen Lathril get to actually activate.
Yeah?
That
Yeah.
took a big chunk off everybody.
Yeah, that was
So-
really cool. There were some very, very cool interactions in these decks.
That's-
and I just, again, I feel super big brain just playing this one.
That's why I love the wheel, because you get to see decks that typically don't interact, getting to interact. I think that's super fun.
Love the wheel.
That is going to do it for Elder Dragon Social Club today. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. I want to remind you all about our sponsors, Card Kingdom. Please check out cardkingdom.com/EDSC. Putting that little tag on there helps us out a lot because it tells them that this is the kind of Commander stuff that you want to see to help them keep supporting us. And you can tell them Loading Ready Run sent you, and they'll send you a little button that says a funny thing. I don't know what it says right now because we record these out of sequence, but it'll be a fun thing. Also, we're sponsored by Dragon Shield. You can use the code LRRMTG5 to get yourself a discount on purchases on their store. And they also make our sleeves that you can buy from our store. So if you want to get any of the sleeves that you saw us playing with today, you can do that, including this lovely After Klimt's the Kiss by Michelle Rapp. And of course, this show and everything that we do is brought to you by you and your kind support of our Patreon at patreon.com/loadingreadyrun or by becoming a member of this YouTube channel. Until next time, I have been Graham, joined by Jacob,
Hello?
Nelson,
I was here too.
Kathleen,
Elves.
Paul has been on tech all day, Matt edits these, Heather gets everything online. Thank you all so much for watching. See you next time.